Greetings, I am GoldenWing and welcome back to Let's Play Space Engineers, where I've built a giant thing. I want to get the ship moved a little bit so we can work on both sides of it. So I built this little construct, just enough to kind of move the structure a bit. So, let's see how this goes. Come up here. Oh yeah, and I added some solar panels. Probably not permanent, just enough to kind of trickle charge the batteries we added last time. Now we've got those landing gear that we added for our strut support the last time. And they're actually on the side of the base, which is going to make this a little interesting. What we're going to do here is turn our larger reactor on. Turn our engines on. And either this is going to work, or it's going to come crashing down. Either way, it should be entertaining. Let's grab these guys. Turn auto lock off and unlock. And hey, how about that? It's not falling. So, landing gear are cleared. Now, I believe I added another camera. I think it's this guy. We'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, alright, cool. We're getting clear there. We switch to our other camera. We can get this moved over. Yeah, I imagine you're having performance issues. I'm moving a giant ship. If I can get a third perspective here. That looks like it's over to me. Maybe we can get you to sink down a bit. And I'm hoping that we can just inch it down nice and gently. Get those landing gear to attach. Nice and easy. Okay. It's got some form of resistance, but I'm not sure what is happening. Let's head on down here and see if we can figure that out. Those landing gear haven't locked, that's for sure. Oh wait, one of them has. Two of them have, but the back two haven't. You know what? I'm good with that. That's fine. We're going to call that Good enough. We'll leave the other two on auto lock. That way if anything should happen, gravity should pull it down and the other two will grab. Cool. Alright, I'm going to tear this temporary structure down and check back in with you. Alright, so I got the temporary strut pulled off, and I actually went ahead and repositioned the silly landing gear we've got set up so that they're all locked in. Didn't take but a couple of seconds to do. So, the reason I did this is I was able to attach it back here, and I think this is actually going to be the back of the ship. We had it attached over here. I've actually pulled off the platform already. But with it being there, we can't build the room that's supposed to be over here. So doing this silly landing rig seemed the easiest method to keep the ship high enough off the platform that we can build under it and not have it interfere with what we were doing. Now, last time we had built this room, which I think honestly turned out pretty well. But the thing is, I think I'm going to probably tear most of it down and redo it. Spent a good deal of time thinking about how this room should be and how it should work, what should be here, reading over your comments, and I've got a few ideas as to how we can spruce this up a bit. I've also reconsidered, initially I wasn't going to add engines onto this. I've kind of reconsidered that. Maybe putting the engines on these sort of nacelles here isn't the worst of ideas. So I think we're going to do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this kind of set up the way it is, and we're going to work on the other side. And then we'll come back to this one and alter it appropriately. So to start with, I'm going to come over here onto this side, and I'm going to frame out kind of what I was thinking it should look like here. Yep. So I'm going to do that, and I will bring you back in after I've kind of gotten my my thoughts in order there. Alrighty, so there we are. What I've done here is I have built the side. I let the nanites finish it up here. I decided to shorten it, cut off this back section, and I also decided to lower it. The whole structure is lowered by 2 blocks. So I think that looks pretty good. I also had the nanites build the other side. If I get up a little higher, that's kind of how she looks at the moment. I think that looks pretty decent, actually. Now these sort of collared sections, I've got a plan for. We'll get to those in a minute. And this is what it looks like in the middle. We've got our windows in place, aside from those little collared sections. I left some holes here, just enough so we can get up and down. Also put in, or rather extended, the maintenance tunnels. A couple of curved sections, brought it down to the appropriate level. We can get those in. I've done a good deal of thinking, and my plan is to put engines, thrusters, off this side and the other end of this, and then subsequently on the mirrored side. So this nacelle will handle forward, back, and in this direction, and then the other side will handle its mirrored direction. That should give plenty of space for all of our necessary thrusters. It's also why these ends haven't been capped off. So I'm not sure exactly how those engines are going to fit in just yet. Now, we added some stairs. This is sort of how this looks. If you're thinking the rounded to the square doesn't quite jive, I agree with you, but still kind of half thinking about if I'm going to put in an airlock here, and if I do, how exactly that's going to look. I'll be honest, I'm not terribly certain about that at the moment. So let's get to what might go in here. Now, we were playing with hydrogen tanks last time. I think we might want to add some more oxygen generators. So let's have a bit of a play around with this. Now the tanks, are they 3x3? Is that what the sizing was? You'd think I would remember these things, but you know, I don't. Yeah. It's a 3x3 cube. Okay. I was hoping that might be the case. So, what I'm thinking... Oh, and I upgraded my tools. Don't ask me why I hadn't done that yet, but we've got... I picked up an elite welder and elite grinder. Believe it or not, I had shaved off this larger nacelle we had built last time. I had it about, I don't know, 15-20% down. And then all of a sudden I realized that I didn't have the higher tools, and boy did that make it a lot easier. We got that. So I'm going to cut out some of the floor here. Right, inventory. Oh, and a hole in the floor. Nanites. Could you help me out here? Thanks for that. Right. Oh, I'm thinking... Let me cut these out. Now, I'm still not sure whether we'll put hydrogen thrusters on this ship or not, but I am quite sure that the ships in the hangar that we haven't built on this yet may very well have hydrogen thrusters. So we might as well have some tanks for hydrogen. That seems appropriate, I think. As soon as the nanites clean some of my mess up here, we can try and place some of these. Funny thing, I was playing around, or rather, I had pulled off the repair beacon. If you remember, it was sitting right there. And I was framing out one of the sides, this one or that one, I'm not sure which. And I pulled the repair beacon off so that I could frame it out like we normally do and have some thoughts as to how I wanted to do it. The darndest thing is, with the repair beacon removed, the nanites were still building. It was really weird. So I took more time than I should have, probably. Running around, searching every room, every floor, the ceiling, the roof, all over the place, trying to figure out where I just assumed I must have put another beacon in, right? So I was trying to find it and trying to find it, and then all of a sudden it occurred to me that our ship has power, and the nanite control facilities on board were running. I'm on the wrong section of the ship. These guys. These were the ones that were running. They were doing their best to try to keep up. I've since shut them off. So, kind of the ship trolling me, as it were. Thought that was kind of funny. Spent all this time trying to figure out how it's possible that the nanites from the lunar station were building when there was no beacon, and they weren't. All right, hang on. Let me clean this up here. Okay. Now that my mess is cleaned up, let's see if we can get this tank fitting where we want it to. Sort of thinking there. And there. Now, I want to do this in a pseudo-reasonable, intelligent manner-ish. Yeah, that's a phrase now. There they are. Let's take some conveyors. I think we'll put conveyors there. Yeah, like that. And then our oxygen generators. Now, oxygen generators have a conveyor access top and bottom. And front and back. Let's get oxygen generator there. And there. See how that looks. We'll have oxygen generators here, and we'll have conveyors here. I do plan on replacing these catwalks with our railings. Just taking a look at that, because I'm thinking about running this down the line there. That's not bad. Now, the other thing I want to do, I want to sort of get part of this in now because it's going to need to be wired in. Here we go, the beam drill. I want to get a beam drill in here. Now the beam drill has an access port. You can see it there, right in the bottom. I'll put the beam drill there. The beam drill needs to be piped in. I was hoping to get the conduiting to run. Let me remove some more of the floor here so we can run some more of these tanks. Just a second. Okay. So, cut some more holes in. And I actually removed the oxygen generators we have here. So I'm getting a better idea as to how this is going to look. So if we stick our hydrogen tanks in, something like this, right? Okay. Now, we pull out the middle plate. The next thing we'll need is we'll want the hydrogen tanks themselves to be connected so that they're all a part of the system. So these conveyor junctions will handle that for us. Stick them in the middle here. We've got one down here. That should make an easy run out of our maintenance tunnels and into this line. We'll do a junction there, here, here, and here. And then we'll have the hydrogen tanks sitting in between them. There, and there, and you guys are still cleaning up, that's fine. Now with those in place, pop that up. Those in place, we can take these guys. Put one like that. And the one on the top, I'm gonna flip upside down. Yeah. Alright. Well, this doesn't... You're not quite following. Just hang on. You'll get it. Put these here. Then we flip these over. Yep. Digging it. Is going to work. You go like that. You flip over. That will bring the conduiting through the oxygen generators up to the top. Then what we can do is we can grab our conveyor junction. Do I want to do this with junctions? Do I want to do this with piping? I think we'll stick... Yeah, we'll stick a junction there. Yes. Stick a junction there. And then we'll run... tubing out like this. Over. Stick another junction in. And tie it off like that. And then in here, we can take our armor blocks we can do one of these deals. Just to give it a little, kind of a finished look. Get the corner. That's good. Yeah. That'll wire in the drills. It'll give us more oxygen generators. And then here, where'd my count box go? There they are. We'll do one of these deals. Right, because it'll be all kinds of blocked over here, right? So you'll be able to walk back here and get to the back, should that ever be a thing that you need to do. Okay. Pop that off. And you. You. And I better put a tank down or you're going to go all kinds of all over the place. Tank goes there. Tank goes there. Pop that out. And again with
inventory full.
The inventory problems. Well, we can put our drill in. We can prep this since we know what this looks like now. That is, of course, if I could rotate it properly. That. And like that. And like that. Grab our conveyor junction again. Drop him down. That's looking good. Oxygen generators. Stacking the oxygen generators like this sort of save us from having to run conduiting up as well. I was sort of hoping to avoid. That. There. And you there. Cool. Now, get our tubes in place. Corner. Corner. And then I'll go through and replace these with, you know, proper railings. This one should be interesting, actually. I don't know whether there's a railing that goes on all three sides. Suppose you could leave this side open. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. That gives us, goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. We're going to have a lot of hydrogen storage. And then we'll have engines off the back and front, and mining lasers on the top. Cool. Well, we are rapidly running out of time. Let me see if I can get the nanites to finish this up, and we'll take a quick look before we have to go. Alright, so I think the nanites have caught up with us. So this is what we've got. Got 10 hydrogen tanks. Goodness gracious. What is that, 16? Yeah. 16 oxygen generators. Got the oxygen generators acting as part of our conduiting system so that we can get the beam drills up there piped in. So they're all set up. I've run the catwalks around so that the railings are all in the right spot. And I tried to put the stairway here, flipped the other direction. The thing is, you bump your head. So this looks all kinds of goofy, I know, but, you know, it is a maintenance stairway and it is sort of hidden and, well, you know, it works. It was either that or put it in a more obvious spot. Don't have it. So, I'm digging that. And I like the fact that this pathway is clear, so you can get right back to the back of them, should that ever be something that is necessary. If we take advantage of our all kinds of backward stairs and come down here, I've gone ahead and run the maintenance tunnels with our maintenance adapter in the end there, so those are piped in. So these are all part of the system there. I also went ahead and mirrored this. I can not run into the wall. On the other side. So this is all set up. And the only other part that I'd like to add before we get going for the day is the beam drill turret. Beam drill turret golly, I'm not sure which way I would want that to go. I suppose it doesn't matter. Do it that way, I guess. Beam drill turret there. And, oh, there's a light on it. Okay. I wonder which way the light faced. Okay. Starting to get this. And I made a mess already. Fantastic. Alright. So we faced the light out, so we'll do that. So we're consistent. We'll put the turret up. Let that little light go. That way. So the beam drills, as they are, would just shoot straight out. Put the turrets on them, they'll target what they need to. So we'll get those placed. Possibly. Can you guys, do you mind? You just...
Inventory full.
Of course my inventory's full. Seriously, folks? Could you just... That's good. Just take the rest of them. Thank you. They get around to it. You know, eventually. That little light go. Is that it? Yeah. Bingo. Cool. So that'll put our mining turrets up. Man, that is looking really, really cool. I'm liking that. more beam drills. Goodness gracious. Alright. So I think we've done quite a bit of work today. I want to thank you all for joining me. Join me again next time where we will probably work on adding the engines to the end caps here. And I do want to build a bridge. I think I'm going to have the bridge actually kind of sitting up like this. It won't look anything like that, but I want to kind of have it above the ship. And then I think what we'll do is we'll add one more room to the back here, and I'm going to put storage in it. So we'll have a ton of storage back here, and we'll have our thrusters. And I think we are going to do a good deal of the final polish of this in space. I would really like to get this ship moving soon, so that we can start leveraging its capabilities. 4 beam drill turrets, and the facilities we've got on board. This would be a lot easier to mine with than going back and forth with our little shuttle there. So, at any rate, thank you all for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Leave me a comment about what you think there. And if you've got any ideas on colors, because I don't want to leave this primer gray the whole time, do let me know what you think about what the color scheme should be. I was thinking maybe black and yellow? I don't know. I'm not that great with colors, you guys know that. So, at any rate, if you have a fantastic weekend, have a good one.